This is Terry and Rosie out here. We're going to do a little demo. These are some of my favorite tools, the Maddox and reciprocating saw, or Sawzall, some people like to call it. We're going to show you how I like to take out roots, various sizes like this one here. We may work on this one. It's kind of hits the mower over the years and kind of problematic. You trip over it and always cut over it every week, so it's a problem. And we got some other littler ones up here we're going to demo. So here we go. I just wanted to show you, this also works if you're taking out bushes and trees. You got a tree root, because a lot of people first thought they want to use a chainsaw. And the chainsaw, as soon as you hit the ground and the dirt, it dulls it, and it pretty much won't cut after that. So this is why you want to use these type of tools here. Preferably they have different lengths of blades, and depends what you're doing. This is just what I had handy, so this is what we're going to roll with today. And that's Rosie, so I may have her do a little bit as well, but I'm going to start off with some. So here we go. I'll demo some over here. We'll start on a couple smaller ones. Watch the mic and cover so you don't cover. All right, so come over here. So you can see I got in the dirt and cut that out. It's a real small one. It's about a 1/2 inch cut there. And people always ask if that's going to hurt the tree, and I wouldn't say it's good for it, but the tree has so many roots. That's a very small portion of what the tree has. So here's a little bit bigger one. We're going to try this one here. It's got a root over it, so we got a couple different things we got to cut. So that's where this has the advantage. You can get down in the dirt. There you go.
Wow.
So that's kind of how you cut out tree roots. And if you're pulling a bush, like over here on this bush, and you start to get it out and you wanted to cut some of the roots off of the bush to help pull it out, then this would be the tool to use. And periodically I usually just use my old blades for that, and I try to keep this sharp, the Maddox. This is good for chopping either end. I'll show you a little bit on this, so you can chop that. This is very sharp, I just sharpened it. Then also you can pry. So there you go, just took out the root just with the Maddox. So
Honey, can we take this off from the holder?
yeah, you can take it off, but there's no purpose. It won't work without the handle.
Make a handle somewhere.
So let's go over here and see about this big one now. Not sure how complicated this one will be, but we'll give it a go and see what we can do with it. This one's much bigger. This one may be more complicated. We'll see what we can do with it. This is where you want to use your Maddox and get up under it and pry up and see what.
It's easy to take off. Ooh, wonderful.
So that's been a real problem in my yard for as long as I've lived here. 30 years I've been running over this and hitting it and scalping it. And I finally got the time this afternoon for you guys on YouTube to show you how to
for so
do
many
that.
years
So
now.
yeah, now that I'm leaving, I'm taking this out. So
What
so
the
that's
heck?
that's a
For
really
many
big
years
root.
you don't pay attention for that. Now that you're leaving, you take it
And
out.
then you can kind of use your mattocks and
So funny.
bring in some of the dirt there and grass and fill that in. So now it went from a real problem with tripping and stumbling and damaging your mower to just nice grass again. Did you want to try one?
No,
Okay.
I don't like.
Let's come over here. I think there's a couple over here we'll try. So, but yeah, that's kind of how you take out the a landscaper might do. There may be other ways to do it, but this is some of my two favorite tools for any roots in your yard.
Don't do it so much, otherwise you're gonna kill the trees.
Well, the tree has hundreds and thousands.
That's one. Yeah. That's
We'll see how this goes. Here, we'll do this one here. This is probably 3 inches thick, and we got a couple, about 3 feet here. So we'll give this one a try.
so easy peasy. Just a few seconds. Just a few seconds, it's done.
So again, if you can look at that, look at the end. That was like if you would trip or fall down, you could injure yourself on that. Of course, you could never cut over it, even though that's in the bed.
Yeah.
But there's a tree root, so just ideal tools. So this is what I've been using for years. And like I said, once again, if you're pulling a bush or tree, small tree, you're going to run into roots like this that hold it in the ground. And you get up under it with that tool there, the reciprocating saw, and you can cut it out, and then you can remove your bush. So that's what you want to. So that's what you can do in your landscape and yard when you're removing bushes or trees or doing some stuff. I've been using these for 30, 40 years. And the battery power really makes it nice because you can just take that anywhere in the yard and work with it. Back when I first started, you have to have a cord and plug it in, and you can go anywhere on your property and use this one because it's battery operated. So let's see, I think there's a couple others out here. How we doing on the time? All right. I'll demonstrate the mattocks a little bit here on these ones close to the tree. We'll just see how quickly we can chop these out. See, and the advantage of the mattocks is once you cut, you can pull on it, and you can find out where where it's anchored in. Because sometimes they'll have roots, like here. If you get up close, there's a root growing in the dirt here, so you see that, so you can now chop it, see, and remove it. Because sometimes the roots got side roots. See, there's a little one there, and that's just using the mattocks. And either tool, the dirt doesn't affect too much. Now, if you were to do that with your chainsaw, the blade would be dull and ruined, and you would not be able to make the cut.
Yeah.
Chainsaw's not the right tool for getting in the dirt. So let's see. Here's an example, one not so much of a problem, but it's buried down in the dirt. We'll go after this with the reciprocating saw. See, over the years, this would just get bigger and bigger, and then the mower would start hitting it, and it'd be a trip hazard. It may take another 5 or 6 years. So once again, we can get up under this and pry And while we're prying, we're looking for other roots. See, there's a root here holding it in, so then we know to give it a little chop there. Once again, we're out. Got another root. It's about 15, 20 inches long, inch or two thick there on the end. Just chuck that in the woods. Then you can, how quickly by spring that will fill in and not be a problem. So let me look around here and see if there's anything else. So if you guys have any questions in the comments, let me know that maybe tips or tricks that you may use, but that's my go-to. I've been working in the landscaping business for 41 years, so doesn't mean I know everything, but it does mean I've got a little bit of experience. That's why I got all the gray hair. So, all right, let's go over here. We'll see about this one. We may do the Maddox. Well, we'll just do the Maddox. I got it so sharp. The advantage with the Maddox over the reciprocating saw is you can pry with it and lift up. With the Sawzall, if it has roots out the side like this, you can't lift up and pry it out. So if it's best if you just cut here and there, although you can cut on the side. But so I like either tool, but it depends on the root. So you can see how quick, and I've just improved my property a great deal, because the landscaper might come out and that might be $100 worth of work in chopping roots if he came out and did that, and you could do it in just a few minutes with these simple tools. This is probably a let's say a $25, $35 tool at Home Depot and Lowe's. This is a little more pricey. I'm not really sure for sure, but I'd say that might be $100, $150 for this reciprocating saw. So, but they're like all tools. If you have the work for them and stuff, it's worth it, because like I said, you'd pay a professional landscaper $100 or more to come out and do the roots that we did already, because he'd have to drive out and get everything ready and this and that. And if you had this at your house, you can quickly come out and do it. And as you find other projects, or like I said, if I wanted to remove that tree, I could cut the you dig out the dirt. I'll explain that a little bit. And you dig out the dirt, and when you find roots, you cut it until you could pull that out.
Oh.
So that'd be on that. So that's that. Did you want to try one?
Yeah.
Rosie's she's gonna try a little one over here. She's never done it before, so she's gonna try this little one.
I don't want to use Maddox.
She's gonna switch. That's why you have both tools for different purposes. So she's never used a reciprocating saw, I don't believe, and she has swung the Maddox a few times, so she's getting in there with that.
That's easy. What's easier than?
So she's got that out.
Okay.
Here, do this one here. That little one there.
I don't want to use Maddox.
Go ahead, doesn't matter.
See?
See, that's how she's a little 90-pound
Okay.
lady. So, well, overall, let's talk about it a minute. So, out of the two tools, Rosie, what do you think of them? You like them?
I like it when you cut the big roots with this one, but of course it's hard for this. But if just a little bit, it's much more easier using the Maddox.
Yeah, she prefers the Maddox, and I would agree on little
because
stuff.
You see,
It's
you
more,
can use your force.
yeah, it's more maneuverable.
Yeah.
But when you're trying to chop a bigger root and you're hitting
Yeah.
the ground, what a Maddox will tend to do, especially if it's not sharp, will bounce
Yeah.
the root, and I couldn't really demo that for you today, but
And this one too is very useful.
the
I
root
always
would
use
be,
it to hammer the big one like
yeah, you can cut. It's like a axe.
Yeah.
One, that's why it's called a Maddox. It's an axe with a pick, kind of a wedge-shaped thing. So there you have it. So there's the two tools for cutting out plants and cutting your roots and repairing things like that in your landscape that are problematic for you. Very handy tools
Yep.
for the landscaper. So appreciate you all watching.
good.
So appreciate it. Like and subscribe. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.